Hello everyone, this is Ninja DC joining for a delayed react to My Little Pony Season 9, Episode 10, because Google, well, specifically YouTube, decided to die the exact same week that they would announce their Stadia stuff for online game streaming. Very good confidence building, like I was just talking about in the early chat. But besides gaming news, joining me again is a herd of bronies.
Hello, all you ponies. I'm a herd of bronies. Welcome back to Let's Watch MLP's final season.
Carlos?
This is Gun Metal Gator here, just telling you all to really enjoy whatever you got to eat. Make sure to spice things up with some hot sauce in your meal, just so you have that little extra kick in you, and every time you eat, every time you chew.
I can't do that though.
Yeah, what if you have stomach problems there? Hole in stomach problems?
Yeah, a hole in your stomach like I do. Then great.
Well, then in that case, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to enjoy the spice of life. You're just going to...
Oh no!
Well, if that means no Spice Girls, I think I'm okay with that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, though, like, it's sort of on that off-topic tangent. I enjoy some spicy foods, but I don't like hot sauce. Besides sriracha sauce, which actually I do like.
Awesome.
Alright.
See, this doubles as an interview of everyone here.
Yeah.
Let's react.
All right. Next up, though, Deliver.
Hej alle sammen, Daylover her. Så vi skal se ponyer. Det er rigtig sjovt. Haha. Okay. Slut med dansken. Next.
Jen.
Hello, I'm Jenn and ready to watch the episode.
That was fun.
And second. Second.
You know, I think I got nothing this week. Hi, I'm the second opinion.
Oh my
A
god.
critic first, and a fan second. I got nothing this week still.
I have nothing every week.
All right, could just do what I was doing before we started this call.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got nothing, step in time. I got nothing, step in time. Never did no reason, never did rhyme. I got nothing, step in time.
Well, there you go. Now everything is in balance. Now that the world is in balance again, let us commence the episode.
Yeah.
Commence the episode, step in time.
Right.
Commence the episode, step in time. Never did a reason, never did rhyme. Commence the
You're
episode, step
gonna
in
do
time.
this all night.
All right. Is everybody?
Do it all night. Do it all night. Step in time. Do it all night. Step in time.
Oh god, make him
Do it all night. Step in time. Make it stop. Make it stop. Step in time. Make it stop. Step in time. Do it
Wait, is that from the original Mary?
Step in time.
Is that from the original Mary Poppins or the remake?
Yes, it's so much catchier than anything in the other Mary Poppins.
It's okay. The step in time thing that is from Mary Poppins, but the thing is that what Second is singing is just she's making shit up because that's the idea. That's the idea of the step in time thing. You just say step in time, and afterwards, that's exactly what they do in the movie, in the original movie, not the remake.
It's the master step in time.
Oh yeah,
It's the master-
and then what's all this? What's all this? What's all this?
What are those?
The remake. It took so long because they literally had to wait for the writer to die.
Oh,
They
that's,
get their-
that's why they did it. They went. Oh, that's why they did it. Disney, you jerk.
No, like, yeah, it's sort of hard to judge just because, but there has been movies like the writer of Mary Poppins is eccentric, let's just say the Lord, but one thing she did not like the adaptation of her movie at all.
What the first one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
oh, she didn't like it, huh?
Yeah, she
Well,
excessively
at least we won't have to wait for the creator of MLP to die before we get Gen 5 here.
Yay!
don't worry, she's already moved on. She's already moved back onto DC Superhero Girls.
Yeah.
Well, she'll be writing the next.
Mm.
Wait a minute, Harley. That's the one where Harley Quinn is actually part of the group, isn't she?
Yes.
No, they remade that was like the toy line spinoff. Now they actually they had DC Supergirl short, which was like when the DC did like a whole bunch of like short animations.
But they're coming out with the Harley Quinn movie, though.
No, then they have a DC superhero toy line, which had an online web series, which got like rebooted, I think, twice with different animation style. And then now they have a DC Supergirl Girl show, which is based off the original Lauren Foss thing, but updated with more characters, which is not so subtly influenced by MLP. Like there's, it's like take the main six, like flip around some of their personalities, and like we got that. Like let's mix Pinkie Pie and Twilight, and we got Batgirl.
Well, there you go.
Well,
It sounds like a bad thing, but Batgirl is very enjoyable in that series, and no, except for the one exception, like they got rid of Rarity and replaced her with Rarity has been replaced with Trixie.
Oh,
How dare they!
well,
it could have
excuse
been
for her
worse.
to have fun she never got to have with her series after.
Yeah.
Oh well, at least they didn't replace.
Yeah,
At least they didn't replace. At least they didn't replace like Rarity with Cozy Glow, or else I'd have to start a
Yeah,
riot.
that was what I was about to
because
say.
because I previewed like the original like movie air quotes, which is like first few episodes, and also some of the few episodes I've looked through. Zatanna is not so subtly looks very influenced by Trixie,
Oh,
like reformed Trixie, I guess. With like,
Okay,
yeah.
nice.
Which sort of does make sense because she is sort of a show magician that has magic, which would be what Trixie was.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, back to actual MLP.
Yay.
Show
Yes, thank you.
yay!
All right, is everyone ready to watch the episode 10?
Yes.
Ready? Let's do it.
Yes.
Ready when you
Alright.
are.
Let's do
All right.
this.
Everyone press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Like
Oh,
Kim
cool
Cartoon.
cartoon.
Ah! Okay, there it is.
Ah,
King Cartoons.
Kim Cartoon.
yay! Oh my god.
It's an
Yeah,
Apple
just a
episode.
perfect barn.
Yay!
It's fine.
Oh, cute chicken. Oh, Winona. It's been so long.
Oh, God.
What happened
Jesus.
to
Wow.
Man.
Big Mac, have you been drinking? Oh, that sounds interesting.
A new Apple tradition that we've never heard of before.
Oh.
Ah,
Oh,
so much
Obviously not Big
sugar or
Mac.
sauce.
We feel you, ponies.
It's so weird to see like a new animation like design for Big Mac.
let
Red
him
walked
speak
2
some more.
moons and decided to throw the phrase chickabiddy into this.
Chickabiddy.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh,
It's the
Oh.
cat lady.
Hey, Goldie.
Goldie Delicious.
Oh, we got
I'm pancake.
How did he pull every pancake down in sequence?
Yeah. Petty pancake.
She had to bring all her cats.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, she's crazy cat lady. She needs her cats.
Oh my god.
I've never heard of a cat lady that has to bring their cats everywhere they go.
Well, that's pretty much every cartoon cat lady. Real life, no, but in cartoons and all that, it's sort of their theme.
Up,
But why haven't
Blood
Big Mac
fight.
been sleeping?
dun, dun, dun.
Oh, how
Deer.
beautiful.
Oh, well, bringing more deers.
For a minute, I thought it was thorax.
Pokemon, it's Xenius. It's like.
Oh my
for,
god. It's a sauce buck.
oh, for
It's a
fall,
literal
winter, and
sauce buck,
summer.
people.
That's so cute. I want one as a Pokemon right now.
Literally, it's a Unova Pokemon gone into Equestria.
Yeah. Oh, she's gone, yeah. Oh, okay.
She's got to catch them all.
That's
Apple Bloom's
Is that face
fake.
supposed to mean Goldie Delicious doesn't actually believe this?
I don't know.
That actually is a good
I
question.
don't know. Yeah,
But
no.
since
mean,
it's
doesn't
MLP
get
and
one
all that,
close to
even
its
if she
track
was lying
record.
about believing in it, it'll still probably exist.
Well, like we have the Kieran, so why not? And we have everything else. We have a lot of magical creatures, so why not?
Yeah, and a lot of myths that are just plain fact in Equestria. Nothing
Yeah.
is fake. Nothing.
I think it's real. Oh, okay.
Why is again? Did they establish? I guess is just to compliment like the little event is why Big Mac's so tired, or
Oh,
No.
they tried to
I think
get
it's
him up
just starting
extra
now.
early.
Oh, I guess that might be it.
Oh, plot point, maybe. Value of the imagination plot, is it?
Yeah, you've forgotten how he loves to be a
It's
child.
really like the Santa Belief plot for like Applejack to deal with. Since
Why don't you just tell Big Mac and Applejack to buck themselves?
Big Mac is a mood.
Oh, poor Big
Big Mac is just a realistic mood.
Competition.
Oh,
Kung Fu Applejack.
Honestly, I was more impressed by Big Mac because he's like half dead tired and like was able to do it.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Golden Delicious is going to bug it.
Oh,
Oh no, and now she's broken her legs. It's time to put her down.
Oh no, you're terrible.
We need a new replacement for the Golden Horse.
Value of old people plot.
Again, I just sort of appreciate that they were like created a new model for Big Mac after all this time, just for not new model, but new facial animations and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, give him a chance.
Continuing on the apple farm.
I'm waking up again.
Makes me want a pancake now.
Yeah, it makes me want a pancake so bad too.
The cats want
I'm hungry.
the apple pancakes. Oh my god.
And the cats is eating the pancakes. I've seen that. Oh, poor Big Mac. Give him a sleep. Come on. Oh. Oh.
Oh, what thing did she actually catch?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this Goldie?
Wait a minute, it's crop circles. It's crop circles. It's like crop circles or something.
This season has brought in so much unique facial animations.
Yes.
I suspect
it's crop circles.
Mimas.
It's apple crop circles.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna believe in some sort of like aliens or mystical creatures or anything, despite the fact that I'm a top component.
Did she just say daring do to catch him?
No, daring
Yeah.
you.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
That wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to imply that.
They didn't do anything.
This is actually an interesting conflict.
Yeah, it's like the whole Santa Belief thing. or the Tooth Fairy belief thing. Like whether or not to like rein in on those things when like the kid's significantly of an older age.
She's supposed to be a child and have imagination.
I mean,
Come on.
if they weren't living in a land full of actual magic, this might be a more interesting plot, but now the answer to the mystery can totally be just whatever they decide it should be.
I have a feeling it probably won't be like they are faking it, but it turns out to be real in the end, sort of thing.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, and that'd be just as valid in this setting as if they weren't faking it all and there is a real great seedling or there's not one and Apple Bloom's belief is what's important.
Oh, there's a shark! There's a shark! They jumped the shark again. Or through the shark. Apple Bloom through a shark. It's like telling your kids Santa isn't real. This is actually a good one. Yeah. No, you're not going to hold that.
Hey, she's honest Applejack. She wouldn't break her word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she can't
Unless
bend.
we're talking about
She can
last
bend
round,
her
though.
word.
Unless
Is
we're
a
talking about
thing.
last round of Applejack.
Yeah, and she's not like when she's this hard a worker, she's not going to go away for work.
Or was it the cats?
Or maybe you did fell out of the basket though, randomly, so
Friction between family members. Oh, the embarrassing truth
And the
comes
real
out.
reason she's mad is because they're digging up scars.
Upset about her own past, about like finding out the truth was fake, that she was just like, I'm not letting this happen to my younger sister. I'm gonna be the big wet blanket for her.
small Applejack was so cute. Oh my god. Oh, my heart. Oh, can't take it.
It should turn out that she caught Big Mac too.
This is the second youngest version of AJ we've seen.
It is.
Yeah, so cute.
Well, first youngest would be when she's a baby with apple fritters.
But I mean,
besides
we've never
this-
seen it. Okay, she is a blank fan like here.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
fell down the hole.
Hey,
Oh my
wait a
gosh!
minute.
An even younger Big Man. Wow.
Oh my gosh, interactions.
Well.
Oh god.
Oh, so cute. Oh.
Death of childhood innocence. This episode has aspirations of grandeur. We shall
have
see.
to go stab me in the heart by showing those two alive in flashback. How could you have the fairs? How could you actually do what we wanted you to do?
My heart. Aww.
Honestly, I think Apple Bloom is doing more to move this along productively than Granny or Goldie are.
I think that was AJ's point, though.
Oh, funny.
I caught a Winona.
Hurry up.
You got a Winona.
Winona Bologna.
I hope that yeah. Oh no. Oh,
Big Mac.
maybe not.
There he goes again.
Big Mac.
Big Mac.
He just cannot get a break.
Well, and the real moral. It was
Big
fun
Mac
to
has
try.
replaced Spike as the punching bag of the show.
They had a great time.
Well, I forgot how it is to be a child.
And that was the honest truth from Applejack's mouth. Ooh.
Oh wow.
Going pretty well for siblings.
Oh.
Mm.
All right, what in the world?
Wow. Yeah, Granny couldn't do that though.
Is it going to turn out to have been Big Mac?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that might be it.
Oh, it might work.
That would be the greatest plot twist of it all.
It's gotta be Big Mac.
But he's too tired though.
No, that's the reason why he's tired.
Sleepwalks.
Mac is like, ugh, shoot me now.
I know. Aw.
I'm a deadbeat horse now.
Except somebody who saw you set them all up.
Oh my god. They subverted our expectations.
Boy,
Now the adult is on the
I
mind.
think it's on a bit thick, don't you think?
Oh my god, Applejack. This is like innocence.
Oh gosh, poor Big Mac.
I can't believe
Oh.
Season 9 has actually provided us with an actual credible Applejack episode at last. This is gonna be something special.
Aw.
It's like, wow.
They're not fair. They're putting all of the work on Big Mac.
Big Mac is like, I'm the only guy
Yeah, that's a little
here.
rough.
Why?
Oh.
Whoa. Oh, it's not Big Mac. But someone else has been fucking the apples.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Goldie, you're making it obvious for yourself.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Big Mac is
Big Mac
the
is just like
sick of hearing the stories.
Okay,
about
I don't
now.
think
Not
Big Mac
having
is
it.
setting it now.
No. That's already was like, yeah, since we saw that reaction of like, oh, his work was already done. It's like, yeah, it's not Big Mac. It's now the suspicion is back at Goldie.
I don't even know where this episode is going. Like, is all this a good thing? A bad
I mean,
thing?
actually, I sort of like
I
that
don't
because
know.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's nice.
And it's like unpredictable in the best way.
Yeah, and also like it's going
And
to
I
be
guess
like
what I don't
the
like
thing
about it is
like
that
telling
it's
your
like
telling your children like Santa isn't real.
don't like about it is that like
Oh,
one, it's kind of on the nose, so it doesn't
together.
seem like there's the
Oh, who
cleverest
cares? They're just so cute together.
moral forming to
They
it.
could be all up the nose at once with me right now. It's just so cute.
I can't hear you very well, Dave, if you're responding to me, but then the other thing is they could still kind of say whatever they want it is.
Ah.
So
Oh, it's so cute.
Aww.
Oh wait. No.
Aww.
Ah.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's Flutter Rat all along.
No, I bet it's Big Mac's sleepwalking.
Big Mac walking in his sleep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that might be it. Like,
Oh,
good.
there it is. There.
That would be amusing if that's what it is, but
There it is.
What? I mean, wait, no, wait.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
caught in her own trap.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, to be fair, she avoided most of them.
Oh, it's not fun, huh?
Panic, get me along there, I'm a flume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Big Mac.
Oh,
Yeah.
sleepwalking.
As I said, like walking in his sleep.
Wow. This. Okay.
Well, at least they got him.
So no one intentionally did it.
Mm. Oh. Oh.
I'll tell you what.
I wouldn't eat those apples now. There's been cats in there, filled with cat hairs all over.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're well trained.
It's
Oh,
like the
you can
cloud
be all in the back.
of a bag of holding.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh my god, the carrot farm.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Well, that was fun.
Childhood innocence.
That was
That's
an
not-
interesting episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Let me see
interesting.
who
That's
wrote
cute.
it.
David Rapp. Dave Rapp.
What else did he write?
Easily.
So-
Newbie Dash was his first episode he ever written
Okay,
for
well.
the series.
Just so I can't be accused of this one, I've always made a point of looking up the writer after the episode. So who was the writer?
Dave Rapp.
Oh, he's that one who wrote like the Newbie Dash, and he does not have the best track record.
Yeah, I just.
No, but this is good though.
But I guess this follows a trend of like
actually-
everyone's. I guess this follows a trend of every new writer's second season being where they start hitting gold.
No. This is the third season.
Or catching a season.
I don't think it is.
I mean, like, it started in season 7.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Jenn falls asleep.
Somebody fall asleep with Big Mac.
Yeah.
I think Jenn has broken the record for most sleepy time in these reacts.
All right, I'm going to lower the volume on her for now.
Great sleeping after React.
All right.
Oh, wait a minute. No. I'm thinking,
Okay,
like,
Newbie Dash, Flutter Brudder, Where the Apple Lies, The Parent Map, and this one.
yeah, David.
Actually, of all those, this might be his best.
Like I said, this is a very like a surprise because even though like the good episodes this season, they sort of follow a predictable formula. Like we can sort of like know like okay, it's going to hit this beat and this. And this one was like I was unsure what was going to happen, but like even though I knew the general trend sort of thing.
Well, good morning. Yeah.
Well, good morning. It's the good morning. How is it? How is it a few hours in the future?
Oh, not bad. We caught you harvesting in your sleep.
Again?
Turns out you're the great reactor.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
You are the great impersonator as you're impersonating Big Mac in the episode.
Oh, yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say. Shoot. Nan shakes. Oh, there it is. Well, actually, I've got to tell my first. I've got to say my 2 cents and then get to sleep. Obviously, cannot speak today. This just one really didn't stand out that much. You know, it's an Apple episode, but I don't know, just didn't really stand out. That's about it, you know. And now I have to go to sleep. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Alrighty then.
So,
I understand this is like a feels good episode. I also like the.
Yeah,
I also thought like the animators were getting really good at their facial animations in this episode too.
Well, that's one thing I think is like very defined of all the season. Like it got better with the previous season, but like this season in particular, like they're like I guess they're like they don't have any animation budget left after this. It was like let's throw in all the wacky faces. But
I don't know if I've ever like been appreciated that very much. It always just seems like they're screaming, "Oh, meme it, give us attention and meme it."
But going off what you're saying, yeah, I guess this is a very wholesome episode. It actually reminded me, I guess, of gosh, what was that one? Apple Family. What was like the Granny's first, like Granny Smith episode?
Family
Appreciation.
Yeah, Family Appreciation Day. Yeah, this reminds me sort of a lot of that and sort of like the tone. And like it's a very Apple Family episode, like, but like the best type of Apple Family episode.
An episode that doesn't rely on any outside characters, relies on the family dynamic to carry the episode throughout it, showing the strengths of the characters while not being like, oh, like the characters like weaknesses or like their flaws being like extra being shown off in order to like be like, oh yeah, we're trying to show Applejack being flawed here, but this time it's like Applejack's being like the cynical, like adult-minded person about like beliefs until like things start actually happening and she starts being sucked into like having fun again about like the great seedling, and it's like, oh, that subverted my expectations for this episode about her being a grump all throughout the episode.
I don't know. I mean, can nobody ever want to like do the responsible thing just because it's the responsible thing? It always has to be some child scarring tragedy that made them a grump. My Texan said, while I'm making Mary Poppins references, I just saw Mary Poppins Returns, and if there's nothing else that it did really well, it's how the brother didn't need to be Mr. Banks 2.0, like he was his own character, like he snaps a few times, but his thing is, again, not Mr. Banks 2.0. It's just like he's willing to say after he's taken a second to calm down, like, no, I'm sorry. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm just stressed out about losing the house here. And I don't know.
But no, like,
versus.
The thing is, like, I won't say it doesn't play up the, like, humbug thing too much or the tragedy, because it's just more like a sort of thing that happened, but, like, just sort of, like, it didn't ruin her or anything, just, like, sort of burned her out on the hunting for the spirit force thing. And she wasn't really necessarily, like, being too bad on Apple Bloom about it, because, like, she had a point. This is a very big harvest. So it was sort of like things, it wasn't like she was normally against it, but like she was sort of against in the situation, even though it was still like she was being a little too forceful with it. But like it felt organic in like her action. Like I felt this way. It didn't feel like she was played up too much or she was out of character and like that. It felt like a very natural like reaction sort of thing.
You know, I'm not going to disagree with that, and honestly, I think it and this episode in general are actually pretty in keeping with kind of a Dave rap episode, because I mean, like, thinking back to the reactions I've had to just about everything he does, like when he's good, when he's bad, when he's mad, it's like I don't know if he's ever great, but I mean, like he does the typical episode formula a lot. The where the apple lies. The two parents are both wrong for not where the apple lies. The parent map. The two parents are wrong for opposite reasons, and they have to be brought back to center where the apple lies. It is wrong to lie, and then that has to keep escalating until the inevitable conclusion. It's like he totally does stuff like that. He can be kind of stiff in the ways episodes like that are a lot, but he's also, I mean, I don't know, if you added that plus a little bit of heart, like he like Newbie Dash, I think, is everybody's least favorite thing he's ever done, and I'm not necessarily the exception, but that episode takes kind of a gutsy stance on, I mean, the like teammates and hazing and sometimes you got to be able to take these things in stride. Like in a show that, especially in recent years, has been inclined to tell you that love and friendship can fix everything. La-di-da. Like that was, I mean, that was a pretty refreshing dose of realism, even if it did come at the cost of a lot of cringy comedy sequences that added nothing.
But
I mean, and like here, I mean, the whole refuse to believe plot, and then come around to it and discover inner child and work and play are both important. It's like, I mean, it's once again, like, it's nothing too far above the typical, but like he just, I don't know, the way he plays it, like it's obvious that he's still trying. Like it does, I mean, while I guess I am at least kind of between you guys and the rest of your takes and Jen's take here, that, once again, he's definitely has those little extra touches of heart and fun, and I mean, at least just enough so that it's still a decent episode, at least.
Just so I'm going to city, like we all sort of like hate Newbie Dash the most. The thing is, the problems with Newbie Dash are not necessarily that it's sort of like horrible writing or something like that. It's just, I think the biggest issue with that episode, at least for our group, was it just had a lot of filler sort of in it, sort of thing. So it wasn't like the issue we sort of had with Newbie Dash wasn't necessarily that it was bad writing. It just that had a lot of filler, like fluff in it.
And not like incorporated particularly well. Like that episode takes time out for a couple of really just cringy comedy sequences. And that's kind of where I was in this, like the whole like Granny and Goldie's tutting. It didn't seem like I didn't know where Granny and Goldie were supposed to think they were going with that. Like, oh, let her have her childhood imagination, or if they actually thought this great seedling was real. I mean, it just, and not even because ambiguity, because their character motivation just seems kind of like they just seem kind of plot serving. Like, I mean, heck, I said reaction I had to a lot of his episodes. That's kind of the reaction I was having to Parent Map, with the parents trying to force what they wanted on Sunburst and Starlight, and it seemed like Sunburst's mom wants more responsibility. Starlight's dad wants to Gucci goo her. Oh, Sunburst, I found a friendship problem for you to solve. These two ponies can't agree on buying this pony's perfume. And then, out of nowhere, one of them says, well, maybe that's because we like our natural scent. And makes everybody randomly smell our armpits. And at that point, the monotony breaks up. Like, oh, where the heck did that come from? Just a complete bit of silliness that played pretty well. Or at the end, where they have to tell the parents, okay, you got to back off and let us live our own lives. And it's, for once again, a very typical sort of I'm sorry, Sunburst. I should trust you to form your own life. And then I'm waiting for Starlight's dad to say, and I'm sorry, Starlight. I should trust that you are an adult. And instead he says, I knew what happened after you left, and I guess I just wanted you to feel safe and to know you were still loved. And then I'm like, once again, snap. I'm like, holy hell, I'm an asshole. And I mean, I don't know. It just it seems like that's the best way I can summarize this and Dave Rapp to get it's pretty in keeping for him. Once again, typical episodes, not the deftest or the least cringy touch, but he's trying, and he can write some comedy or some heart that works.
But I think there was good stuff in this too, good comedy stuff in this as well. Maybe I'm just alone and liking it so much because it's an Applejack episode. I don't know. But if I could go, I really enjoyed myself, and I like the throwback that almost broke my heart. But yeah, I think it was really nice to see finally Apple Bloom being a part of the Apple family as small. And the thing with being trapped in a trap like that and being left alone and stuff like that, I can relate a little bit to that as well. When I was younger, I did stuff like that to capture Santa Claus. So yeah, I will say I thought it was a good way to tell your kids that Santa isn't real, but it ends with them helping each other, trying to capture the seedling creature, or what to call it. So I think that was really nice to try to remember that you're also are allowed to be a child and have imagination and all of that good stuff. And to talk about Mary Poppins, that's also what the newer episode is, or the new movie is trying to tell you, you're allowed to have fun and be yourself and have a child perspective of it. I am with the olden soul and child by heart, right? Or what?
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was getting skeptical that this episode was going to, amp up get the cringe reaction out of me. Oh, it's good. Is it gonna try to say that it has, nailed us with the oh so deep and beautiful, never lose your childlike imagination? And I wasn't feeling it ending with something like that, because like I said, it seemed like they could pretty much pull whatever moral they want out of this, and that they weren't
and I like
particularly
that because
building
like
any
then it's
one in
not
particular.
hammered in and you're not, and you know you don't like. I don't think like.
I like it not being obvious. I don't like when it feels like they're like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like they could go any way you want, but then they're going to try to say, oh yeah, we were showing this moral the whole time, and we did it so wonderfully and beautifully that it has totally warranted this absolute powerhouse payoff. Actually, no, it didn't try to exceed what it had built up.
I think like it did what it was supposed to do.
Can I finish you? I have a point to make here. But yeah, it ended with like, okay, I mean, they're probably not going to catch the seedling. It was just Big Mac, but I mean, they had fun imagining it. Like, they didn't lose too much time on the harvest. It all worked out, you know. It's all important, no biggie. I mean, like, sure, all of that is perfectly justified by what went on in the episode, so sure.
Cute. And sometimes like work and imagination can work together because like as we see in Mary Poppins, just to take that up again, like she uses the children's imagination to clean up their room and stuff like that.
Yeah, work and imagination can lead you to think you're the great seedling in your sleep and get all of the work done.
Yeah. Well, if that works, sure. Or I don't recommend it to walk in your sleep. I actually did that also when I was younger, but I don't do that no more.
I'm going to refrain from taking you up
Don't
because I'm trying not to hog the react too much.
Don't get yourself hurt in the night when you're sleepwalking. That's all. No, I think like the next one is Gator or Alex, right?
I don't really have that many thoughts to give.
No. You didn't like it?
I liked it.
No? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said it was a feel-good episode. It's just I don't have that many thoughts about it.
Thank you. Next.
Gator, do you have anything? Gator? Second, help me get Gator out here, sing the crocodile song.
Where's the Gator call?
I think it might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, maybe. We're all falling asleep and being seedling in our sleepwalk. So that's fun.
Yeah.
Ninja, do you have anything?
We got more fuel for the.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little tired, so yeah.
We did get more fuel for the Big Mac versus Applejack. Who's the better apple bucker? Like Big Mac with his raw strength, or Applejack with her bucking skill?
Now new ninja abilities. I want AJ as a ninja now. Make it happen. That was amazing. I actually think I have to go because I'm going to eat my share soon if I don't.
We're pretty much going to sign off. Is Carlos still there out? Or
yeah.
All right. Do you have your final thoughts?
Yeah.
I do. I can hear you guys. So right now I really feel like going to Seed. It was certainly quite a nice little like highlight of like Applejack, like it's kind of like sort of like a slice of life episode for like Applejack, in which like it's like an Applejack and Apple Bloom episode that really helps them like be much more affectionate for like the audience to be endeared to them, because they're usually like some of the boring characters of the show. But I really felt entertained and enthralled with them throughout it. And in the end, I'm like, yep, this is easily top 3 Applejack episode. Not even a question. Yeah, like we finally have like an episode to compete with Applebuck season.
Wow.
I kind of like
I feel
ways myself.
I feel it's
Oh, and main attraction.
I feel it's too. It's like too soon. Like it feels like too bold of a statement to say this is top 3 AG episode, but at the same time, it doesn't feel not right to say that. Mostly because there's like a big gap of good AG episodes.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, some of those episodes don't really feel like Applejack episodes because of certain other characters, like say the Perfect Pair.
Yeah, Perfect Pair.
Yeah, that.
I think like it still counts.
I mean, actually, I think Day and I did our top 5 episodes for each character, and yeah, for me, I actually had, well, maybe because I don't like the rarity formula, like she has to impress a big name in the world of fashion, and then something comes up to her to prove, like requiring her to prove she's generous, or don't like. I don't love it anyway, but so yeah, like none of the typical rarity episodes have been my favorite of hers. So yeah, I had more trouble thinking of great rarity episodes than I did thinking of great Applejack episodes.
Yeah, that's true.
Absolutely.
But it's definitely
I love Rarity when
up
she's
there.
out of her comfort zone. I think that's when she's her best.
Yeah, so is Applejack, sometimes.
I mean,
Applejack,
again,
I don't know.
like
I think she's her
round
best when they
episode-
just let Applejack be Applejack. They don't try to be like, no, she has flaws. We swear, she's really stubborn. See, she's stubborn. Isn't she so stubborn?
Or she is.
Like,
She's so much more than that, though.
like, okay, you guys. I mean, I don't need you to make me hate her for being too stubborn to think she's a good character. In fact, I find that rather counterproductive.
Yeah, it's kind of like I just now remember like I really do like the last roundup for Applejack.
Yeah.
I don't know. I almost consider that the start of the whole. Oh, Applejack's one of the worst characters. She's a background character because it's like. Because yeah, the last roundup is like I consider it. Well, to me, it's like the best build-up you'll ever see for a mediocre payoff. Like Applejack, it's like they couldn't think of how to probe the character. They were like, well, yeah, there you go. That's what we've been building to the whole time. She's ashamed when she can't do it all herself, just like before. See, that we didn't forget that and stuff. It's like I felt like you could have expanded on that a bit. Like, was the losing itself such a shame? Did she expect to do better? Or does she feel like the pressure's always on her? Just, didn't win. That's okay. We love you anyway. Come on back. Okay.
But I'm definitely going to make a Exernius looking at the seedling being like, hey, long lost brother, how are you doing?
And I do understand that I'm in the minority on last roundup, by the way, that most people really like that one.
Well, that was the one where she lost the contest, right?
Yes.
Actually, no, I think most people don't really like that one. It's the one that everyone likes was the apple bucking season's the one everyone loved.
Actually, think about this one.
Right at the top, the very first individual character episode. Unless you count Ticketmaster as a Twilight episode.
I do a little bit.
Or the pilot as a Twilight episode, because...
Yeah, it is. But what do you think?
Find the first individual friend
like
episode.
I said, well, this is a good, wholesome episode, and probably the most... I wouldn't say unpredictable is a bad description, but like a very non-linear story where it's just for... It flowed naturally, but you didn't really know where it was going in a good way. And it was just like Alex said earlier, it's just a very good, wholesome Apple Family episode.
Yeah. I just love this Apple Family stuff as well. Like her as a itty bitty one, I was just like, oh, my heart is breaking.
But I guess with that said,
as far as my final thoughts go, just definitely one of Dave Rapp's better episodes. I mean, I think only the Parent Map, Flutter Brudder, I probably like it a little better than those, or at least as much. But don't know if it's top 3 Applejack for me. I mean, even though I kind of agree that she trailed off for a while, I do have a few Applejack episodes that I really, really like, so I don't know about that. And I don't know if I even loved the mystery of it so much, but I did kind of like the destination. I liked seeing Applejack and Apple Bloom connect a bit. I'm glad that after Brotherhood Social built up what a relationship they have, that we have an episode or 2 backing that up a bit. And I thought Applejack's turn to the great seedling is real. Like, they might have played that up a bit, but yeah, the Apple Bloom was cute, Applejack was cute. I liked seeing their sisterly bond. The design of the great seedling in shadows that was actually just Big Mac was kind of cool.
Nice.
So that'd be a solid B grade episode.
It could have been really interesting if the seedling was actually a dangerous animal and like hunting ponies instead of like and ponies just being stupid enough to try to capture it. That could also have been a lesson.
Yeah.
Capture things that doesn't want to be captured. No, I'm just kidding.
That's kind of what I'm saying about how it could have gone any direction it wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, Granny and Goldie are kind of cruel though, laughing at Applejack for years after this. Like, and then Apple Bloom's the one who's nice about it. That was kind of cute.
Yeah, that's just the way it is in family life. That my grandma also taught me about the stuff with Santa, so whatever.
But I guess with that said, see y'all next few days, I guess.
See y'all tomorrow.